नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, सलाम, हेलो दोस्तों। वंस अगेन आपका स्वागत है आपके फेवरेट यूट्यूब फाइनेंशियल एजुकेशन चैनल stockincome.in पर। एंड ये हमारी सीरीज है वीकली मार्केट आउटलुक की। इट्स बिन 8 weeks नाउ दैट वी बिन शेयरिंग वीकली आउटलुक। ये 9th वीक है। एंड as I said earlier, as I communicated earlier, I am a regular investor and trader in the Indian stock markets. मेरा नाम आलोक वर्मा है एंड फॉर माई ओन पर्पजेज मैं रेगुलरली मार्केट्स को एनालाइज करता हूँ और वही एनालिसिस वही ओपिनियन आपके साथ शेयर करता हूँ। शायद आपको भी कुछ इससे बेनिफिट हो सके। बट वेरी क्लियरली आई एम नॉट अ सेबी रजिस्टर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजर and it remains the fact that investment in stock markets can be a bit risky. So इस मेरी किसी भी बात को किसी इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइस के तौर पे ना देखा जाए। प्लीज डू योर रिसर्च और कंसल्ट योर इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजर before you take any positions buy or sell in the financial markets, right? So that's a standard disclaimer. This video is only for educational purposes. Okay, so the good news is, as I said, for 8 weeks we've been sharing this weekly outlook and by and large we've been spot on, right? And I hope people who watched it regularly would have had benefit from that, right? So that is a little hardening to know. While the markets have been little choppy and on the downside, but our opinion, our outlook has been good. So probably that helps. So I am personally happy about that. Okay, so let's get on with the outlook for the week that is starting on 30th of May, right? 2022. Okay, so as always, we break factors into two broad categories: news and data-driven events and factors, and technicals, right? So let's see how are technicals this week. अगर हम key indices की बात करें, तो this week has been little positive. We said bias is slightly positive, and it has been so, right? So Nifty has been up on a week-to-week basis by about 0.5%, and Bank Nifty has outperformed 3.9%. That is significant. Looking at international indices, S&P 500 is up 6.58%, Nasdaq is up even higher, 6.83%, Dow Jones is also in the similar range, around 6.4%, 6.5%. So US markets had fallen significantly. They're also showing some signs of improvement, right? So week has been positive at large. FII and DII data. So FIIs continue to sell. For this week, they sold close to 9,688 crores. But the good news is DIIs have outsmarted them in some way. Their buying has been more than the net selling of FIIs for the week, which is a very positive sign. It has happened after many weeks, in fact many months, right? So that is some good news. India VIX, we had thought that India VIX will go down. I had said markets will be likely to consolidate this week, and so it has happened. India VIX is down significantly, down by about 7%, and it's now at 21.48% for this week. So that shows some fear going out of market, some sanity returning to the markets, right? So that's another positive factor. Some results came last week. We are towards the fag end of result season now. So Divi's Labs, Adani Ports. So my comments are right on the screen. Divi's Labs specifically, results were very good, but there is some other related news because of which the stock has gone down significantly, right? But it remains a good company in my opinion. Let's see. Next week, we have General Steel and Jubilant FoodWorks, right? These are key companies that will be declaring results because, as I said, it's towards the fag end of result season, so not many results left now. Okay. Crude oil, another important factor. Crude has been giving some pain now, right? It has gone up again 3.8% during the last week. It's at around $113, $114 per barrel, and that is causing some pain the world over, right? Especially it hits India harder. So that's one concern area. Oh, our favorite section, Gyan Kaur Ka Gyan. You know our friend Gyan Kaur. She is very knowledgeable, and she gives us some very important knowledge, information और ज्ञान in colloquial language. तो जो बताती हैं उनकी बातें ध्यान से सुननी चाहिए। मैं तो बहुत ध्यान से सुनता हूँ, आप भी थोड़ा ख्याल रखेंगे तो अच्छा ही रहेगा। तो इस बार क्या बताती हैं? She is saying कि difficult या bearish times में small and mid cap stocks generally ज़्यादा गिरते हैं, they fall more than the large cap stocks, right? So this is a general gyan, general knowledge, general information about markets, right? That's how things happen. And So it's a better idea to shift to large cap stocks in your portfolio, right, during such times. And while this is sounds very logical, but I try to validate it. क्या क्या वाकई ऐसा हुआ Indian markets में? Last many months, Indian markets have been in the bearish mode, right? Market trend has been down. So what I did was मैंने जो main indices हैं, small Nifty and Nifty 100, Nifty small cap, Nifty mid cap, उन सब का comparative chart पोस्ट किया है from the beginning of 2022. So अगर हम स्क्रीन पे देखेंगे, so Nifty has fallen around 7.22% from beginning of current year. Nifty 100 has fallen little more than that, 7.59%. But see, mid cap has fallen much more than that, 10.17%. And small cap has fallen around 22.7% since the beginning of the year. So very clearly, smaller and mid caps are falling way more than the larger caps. और क्या ये ट्रेंड recent weeks में भी लागू है? इसके लिए I try to track the same chart for the same indices for month of May, and let's see how it happens. Here again we have very clear indication here. Nifty has fallen 3.7% for the week for month of May so far, और CNX 100 गिरा है 4.9% के करीब, whereas mid cap has fallen 6.6% and small cap has fallen around 13%. So that trend continues. So point being, it's very clear the large caps etc. become a bit of safe haven in difficult times. So generally it's a good idea to shift to them. We are not talking stocks here, but we're just saying in terms of caps, right? So that's a GAN for the week, and let's thank GAMCOR for that and move forward. Coming to technicals, these are the levels on Nifty, right? So if you notice, 15,900 is now acting as a good support zone, right? And if market breaks that, it might is likely to stabilize or come back, take support at around 15,700. On the upper side, 16,400 is still not breached. While it might get breached, we are very close to that. It is still not breached, but above that, around 16,500 area, we'll see a gap zone till 16,650, right? So that gap is likely to act as strong resistance, right? Markets have moved up in the last 2-3 days. So, and while a lot of people are feeling bullish, I don't think I'm also a little positive, but I don't think markets are running away with anytime soon. Markets, I feel, still will consolidate. So I feel markets on the upper side, my core projection for the markets is 16,650 on the upper side and 15,900 for the coming week, which is starting on 30th of May. Well, if it goes above that, then you have next level at 16,850 and then 17,400. On the lower side, 15,700 continues to be very good support, right? Looking at the option chain data, so we notice that a maximum open interest on the call side is at 17,000, but there is also a significant open interest at 16,500, which we look at the charts also is the resistance zone, right? In fact, around 36% interest got added yesterday only, right? So on the lower side, on the put side, lot of open interest got added at 16,300, which is again very close to the ATM price right now, the current price. 885% jump in the put writing at 16,300. So that tells us markets may not fall from here. And then there is a huge support again, the maximum support at 16,000. So unlikely the market will go below 16,000 or maximum 15,900. But as per this data, we may not run away with the markets either, right? Oh, now it's time for our friend Hoshyar Singh ki Hoshyari. You might remember last week Hoshyar Singh had picked up banking sector, right? He thought there could be some winners there, and yes, he was right. Banking sector, Bank Nifty went up by 3.9%, whereas Nifty went up only by 0.52% during the week. So clear outperformance by banking sector. Thank you, Mr. Hoshyar Singh. Let's see what he has his eyes set on this week. And he is looking at IT sector this week, and he thinks that could outperform in the short run because many top IT stocks have fallen significantly. Valuations are much better. Chart patterns of key IT stocks are projecting an upswing. They are on oversold levels. Nasdaq, which is a tech-heavy index of US, seems to be bouncing back. And in the last 1 or 2 days, many tech stocks have already shown some upward traction. So keep an eye on IT stocks. That might be a good idea in the short run. Thank you, Hoshiar Singh. His Hoshiari really helps us make some good gains sometimes in the short run. Okay. So coming to Bank Nifty, the current levels that I feel that could on the upper side are 35,700, which is very close to where it is right now. So that may not hold, but 36,600 is the next resistance level, and then a good resistance is 37,200. On the lower side, 34,000 seems to be good support, and 33,000 is the next support. On the all in all, I feel the range for Bank Nifty for this week is going to be 34,000 and 37,000 on the upper side, 34,000 as I said on the lower side, and that's exactly what I marked with the red lines, as you can see, right? The rest levels are marked with black lines. On the options front, we're seeing some support at 35,000 and reasonable support at 34,000 also, but there is some resistance that seems to be there at 36,000 and 36,500. So again, broadly, options data also says that market is unlikely to run away in any direction, right? But then support and resistance are close by, right? So this is my broad outlook for this week, and as always, will not miss out on our market expert, Mr. Oreo. Right? He's been with our panel for about 2 weeks now, and he gives us his valuable opinion about the direction of the market. And before we invite him, Mr. Oreo, let's also see how's been his performance. He's been here with us for 2 weeks. So this Oreo indicator, where is it going? Is it helping us? Is it confusing us? So, well, he's got 2 hits in the last 2 weeks. So his record seems to be 100% spot on. Wow, wonderful performance, Oreo. And naturally, the misses are nil so far. So he's got a great track record so far, and I think we've picked the right person as market expert for our panel. And let's see how he performs. So let's go to Mr. Oreo and see how is his opinion for this week. आज हमारे साथ हैं हमारे मार्केट एक्सपर्ट्स जो कि इन हाउस एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, मिस्टर ओरियो। आइए जानते हैं इनसे इनके विचार में मार्केट ऊपर जाने वाला है या नीचे जाने वाला है। रेड का मतलब बेरिश और ग्रीन का मतलब बुलिश। टेल अस मार्केट अप और डाउन, प्लीज टेल अस व्हाट योर व्यू। मिस्टर ओरियो इज थिंकिंग हार्ड। ओरियो market up or down? Oh, he thinks market is going down, bearish. Let's see how it really happens. Thank you. Okay friends, once again thank you a lot for being with me, for subscribing to this channel. Do continue to share the channel with your friends, with your people that who might also benefit from it. Share your comments. There is in the description box there is a link to my Telegram channel, wherein regularly on a daily basis the outlook and some important short learnings are posted. There is also a description about the Instagram channel that we have. So maybe I'll request you to subscribe to those as well, so that you can be more aligned and maybe benefit from things in there. Once again, thank you. Happy trading, happy investing. God bless. Jai Hind.